Recently, the flight sim DCS by Eagle Dynamics received a new free map depicting the Mariana Islands, and as you'd expect, there's been a plethora of first impression videos made about this new map. But I'm sure you guys are tired of those. I know I am. So I thought I'd do something different and share 5 fun facts about the Mariana Islands. Now I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but there's a tiny island used as a bombing range just north of Saipan. But in case you don't, here's how you can find it and do some practice bombing yourself. Start at the southern tip of Saipan and fly directly toward the northern tip of the island. This will put you on a direct course for the island bombing range. Just be patient. It's about 45 miles away, and it's a neat little spot with some bombing targets already set up for you. Andersen Air Force Base is the main military installation on the islands, but what type of aircraft calls this base home? Is it F-15s, F-22s, C-17s, or B-2s? If you answered none of the above, then you're correct. There is a Navy helicopter squadron that is permanently stationed at Andersen, but there aren't any Air Force flying units that are there full-time. It is typical to see B-1, B-2, and B-52 bombers forward deployed from their stateside bases. Bombers also use the base as a stopover on their way to the Middle East. Guam sits strategically located about halfway in the journey from the continental United States to the airfield at Diego Garcia, where they will operate out of during their mission in the CENTCOM AOR. B-52s flew out of Andersen during the Vietnam War. Here's a picture of the base from 1972. About 150 of the bombers were present at the time this picture was taken. With the Mariana Islands so far away from major population centers, it's also a great place for units to do training. Here's the area included in this release of the Mariana Islands. Now, if we stretch the map upward about 3 of these grid squares, then it would include this island. This is Iwo Jima, and if the name sounds familiar, there's a reason for it. A major battle during World War II took place there, and it's where this iconic picture was taken. Iwo Jima is significant because it sits halfway between Guam and the Japanese mainland. So it's not a stretch to assume that we might see Iwo Jima one day in a future release of this map. Even though it's a tiny island, it has a special place in history. Did you know the island of Guam is almost completely devoid of wild birds? It had a lot at one point, but at the end of World War II, the brown tree snake was accidentally introduced to the island. Since the snake had no natural predators on the island, it grew out of control and eventually killed off 12 of the 14 native bird species. Today it's rare to hear birds in the forests on the island. I tested this out in DCS, and sure enough, I didn't hear any birds in the forests of Guam. So good job, Eagle Dynamics. It's little details like this that set you apart from the competition. Guam is also home to a Space Force unit. Now they aren't Space Marines and they don't have a Stargate, but they are a detachment from the 21st Space Operations Squadron, which operates the Guam Tracking Station. This is a satellite uplink that lets ground controllers in the continental United States communicate with satellites. The uplink's location is pretty important because ground control can only talk to the satellite when it's in view. When that satellite is on the other side of Earth, all they can do is wait and hope everything is okay until it's on their side of the planet again. But with Guam's location on the other side of the planet, they can send commands and receive telemetry even when they don't have direct line of sight from the States. And they do a pretty good job apparently because they got a 4 out of 5 star rating. The antenna domes are even modeled in the correct place within DCS. This new addition to DCS is pretty neat, not only because it's 100% free, but it's actually a historically and strategically important place in real life. I hope you found this video entertaining, and if you have any fun facts of your own, go ahead and share them in the comments. And of course, thanks for watching.